Guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update as well as education on the Ipl by Kenzie. This is an at-home Ipl device, which is a really cool device that helps reduce hair growth. So I want to tell you guys my experience. I've been using it for a little over a year. I also want to give you guys some education and some tips on using it effectively. There are a lot of do's and don'ts, and there are a lot of great ways to use this. And I will say, just jumping right into the video, like consistency is going to be key in this. Your Ipl device will also come with a pamphlet that will go over pretty much all the stuff I talk about, but I'm also going to show you actual results after me using it a year. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump right in. This is an at-home Ipl device. Ipl means intense pulse light, which is a bit different from the lasers at salons and places that do laser hair removal. IPLs are safe to use at home and to do yourself. However, lasers at different facilities that do hair removal lasers are not safe to use at home. This device is literally a fraction of what it costs to get laser done professionally. You're looking at 6 to 12 different appointments, and you're looking at spending thousands of dollars for the actual laser. Also, I've gotten laser done twice and I had to give it up. It is so painful, and no one talks about how actual laser hair removal is so painful. This gives a little pinch because I personally like to use it at a 5, which is the highest level that it goes, but it's not painful. Don't pay full price for this either. They gave me a discount code. Thank you to Kenzie for partnering with me for today's video, and you guys, I'll put the code here on the screen as well as in the description box. Be sure and use your code for up to $50 off. Also, the Kenzie Ipl device is a bit more sustainable due to the fact of going through so many plastic razors, whereas when I shave for a touch-up now, it is so minimal. So how to use your device. This is what it looks like. It comes with a super long cord. I have mine plugged up all the way over here, and I love the length of the cord because you can pretty much do it anywhere, even in your bed at night. And this is the button that you press to get it to pop. This is the power button, which you hold down to turn it off and on. And then this is the breathability, so you'll feel a little bit of airflow from this section here. And then here is the laser, and you want the laser to lay flat against your skin before you give it the pop. Areas you can treat. It works on underarms, especially if you have dark, coarse hair. It's perfect for the Kenzie. It also works on your arms, your underarms, your legs. It works on your sideburns, here area, chin area. It's great for it. If you're someone who gets a lot of razor burn or razor bumps after they shave, this device might be a great item for you due to the fact that it's going to slow or stop that hair growth, so you're no longer going to have to be shaving a lot of those areas where you might get razor burn. Just to give you guys a clear idea on my hair, it's dark. I'm hairy. I'm gonna give you guys a close-up of my legs and those results so you can see for yourself what they're looking like now after a year of usage. Let's go back to the start. Whenever I first started using it, I use it at the highest level, a number 5, and I would use it once a week, and I would go over the spots twice. If they're super hairy, like the very bottom of my legs is the hairiest, I would go over it 3 times, but they recommend do not go over the areas more than 3 times. Kenzie's really transparent about skin types. So basically the hair has to be darker than the skin for the Ipl to pick it up. They are working on different options for deeper skin tones to be inclusive there. Also, the pamphlet that will come with your Kenzie gives you a range on the power strength to flash your skin. So you can start seeing results in as little as 2 uses. They're gonna be minimal results, but you'll start seeing some action happening there with the hair growth. For me to see like, wow, real results, like this thing is working, it's happening, was 4 to 6 weeks. So I was somewhere in 4 or 5. I really did notice though pretty quickly, especially my armpits. That's one of my favorite areas to do. Here's my armpits. Now I'm at the point, because I'm a year in, I'm at maintenance. Realistically, you should count on 4 to 6 weeks to notice some real difference. And let me just tell you, if you are not consistent, you're not gonna get the results you want. The key thing about Ipl is consistency. And the thing is, you don't even have to use it that much. It's super easy to use. You can use it while watching TV. But if you are consistent, you're gonna see results. And that's just what I found to be key with this thing. Consistently using it. If you really want to do something about the hair growth, be consistent with your Kenzie. So what I did is I used it for 12 weeks and then I took a break, and really the hair growth had just slowed down so much. I would say I was around 60-65% of like less hair on legs and armpits, and I was really happy with that. So I was doing touch-up shaves, and then I waited a while, maybe 12 weeks in between, and then started to do touch-ups with it, and I wasn't having to do the full section, just really touch-ups, and then that even lessened that hair. Right now I'm going to insert my close-up footage of my legs so you guys can see for yourself my results. I wanted to give an extreme close-up of my legs so you guys can see my results for yourself. So if you can see here, we have hair growth still going, and this is areas that I will touch up. But basically all of this is hair free and all of this is hair free. I will say from here up, because the hair wasn't quite as intense, I pretty much don't grow hair around this area anymore. Mainly I'm targeting these areas, and you can see how the hairs now are sparse, but there's a few that come through that I'm still working on, but it's so much less shaving. I also wanted to show you my knee. So my knee used to be really, really hairy, and I'm trying to show you here, if you can see these hairs right through here. The knee area is a little more difficult to get because of the shape of the knee. It's hard to get it on the flat surface of the knee. But I do still have little stragglers that come I need to get. However, since this part of my knee was easy to do with the Kinsey to get it flat on the surface of the knee here, I don't grow any hair here anymore. And this used to be really, really fuzzy. So this is pretty much all gone. And then I have, you see these stragglers here going on. I have to work on these. This is my other leg. I just want to show you kind of the same thing going on. The stragglers is what I will target now here. And then I have patches of just hair that just doesn't really grow anymore, especially through this area. Also, same thing going on with the knee here. I actually think this knee is a little bit better than my other knee, but you can see we got the stragglers we got to get, but overall, I mean, it is immensely less hair. Then I wanted to show you guys, because I have blonde hair. You can see the little blonde hairs. So because this hair is so light, the laser doesn't pick these up, and I actually am okay with that because you can't really see these hairs in the lighting, so I'm okay not lasering these, but it's like these little fine fuzzy blonde hairs. I just leave them be. This is some close-up actual results, and again, right now I'm doing maintenance, so I'll just go through, I shave my legs of course, and I'll go through and hit the areas where I see little patches and pieces coming through. So as you can see, you may not get like 100% of hair removal, which I think Kinsey is very honest about on their website, but it's such a minimal amount of hair I'm dealing with now, and that's because I was consistent with this thing. I used it at level 5. I went over the areas with the thicker hair from 2 to 3 times in one session, which the maximum you should go over one area in a session is 3 times, no more than that. But also make sure you're following your guide on your skin tone. Also, it's safe to use on your face, but you're supposed to only use it from your upper lip and down. You can go over your lighter freckles, but if you have a super dark mole, super dark freckle, it's recommended to not go over that. If you have keloids or scarring, don't use it over those areas. It's actually recommended that you don't use Kinsey if you have keloids, especially don't flash it over a specific scar. Same thing with tattoos, and again, don't flash it on your skin more than 3 times over the same spot. Kinsey actually has a safety feature on this, whereas this is not pressed against the skin. It will not flash, so it's not just going to be flashing out in the open. So I want to show you that. We're going to turn it on with the green button in the back, and I'm clicking it in the air. It's not going to flash. I'm going to put it against my skin here, and then that's when it flashed. So that's a little safety device on your Kinsey. Don't worry, everything I'm telling you is in your pamphlet book. So with IPL, it's targeting your actual hair follicle. So when using this, you need to shave the hair and then use it, but do not wax, because if you wax, you're gonna actually pull the hair follicle out, and then this is not gonna be able to damage that follicle, preventing it to not grow anymore. So don't wax. Just give it a quick shave before you use. Here is my recommendation if you're a little bit nervous using Kinsey on your skin tone. You should do a test pack. I do get a bit of hyperpigmentation after a scar or a bad zit on my face specifically, or PIH, which is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. I do get that, so I avoided using it on my face. My skin tone is a bit of a tanner skin tone, so I highly recommend doing a test patch with Kinsey. So what that may look like, I'm gonna turn it on for you. We're gonna hold this down. She's alive, you hear her? And you need to hold it flat to the skin. We're gonna do a little flash, so warning there, and a pop. This is on the low setting. See, this will tell you the setting. I didn't even feel that. I'm like, I need more. See the power button here? You can tap it and it's going to raise and lower your levels. Again, I like it at the stronger level, but you hold it flat against your skin. I don't recommend looking at it. Look away. pop. So that's how you use it. But if you want to do a test patch and a darker area on my body is my legs, what I did with it, so yeah, we're getting the leg up here. So on my leg, around my ankle area, I would pop it and I would do the area twice and then let that be. And that test patch is going to tell you how your skin's going to react to IPL at home. Mine didn't react at all, so I was like, we're good to go. And I haven't had any issue there with my armpits or legs, but test patches are always a good idea. Even if you have sensitive skin with any new products, just test patch anything and everything. Also, if it doesn't work for you, they do offer a money back guarantee and it comes with a 1-year warranty. I highly recommend using sunscreen after you use this. So especially if you use it on your face, which we should be using sunscreen every day on our face anyways, but if you aren't and you're using the Kinsey on your face, I highly recommend you go ahead and add some sunscreen on top of that. Same thing with your legs. Anytime you're doing anything like laser or IPL, it's good to protect your skin from the sun. So here's a breakdown on usage and the weekly timeline just to put it all out there for you. You'll start noticing results off consistent usage in 3 to 4 weeks. Now, mine was in about 4.5 weeks, I really started to notice. However, you've got to be consistent, and that means using it once a week. And for me, that was going over the same areas up to 3 times at a level 5. You don't have to use it at the strongest level. So after those 12 weeks, you'll see your results where you're at. And if you're like, I want more, I want to keep using it, you need to wait 12 weeks and then pick it back up after those 12 weeks and use it again. So right now I've kind of done that off and on as my hair grows. The more I use it, the less I have to use it. But the great thing is, since you buy your own one, you can always go back and touch up your spots, which is pretty much what I'm doing now. Make sure your skin is shaved, not waxed, shaved and clean before you start using it. So you don't want to have a bunch of deodorant on your underarm and then start to use this. You want to make sure it's shaved and clean. To keep my skin really healthy after using it, they recommend using a moisturizing. You can even use a cooling cream, like an aloe cooling cream. I just put on my favorite moisturizer and I was good to go. So that's my rundown and like all the information I can give you with do's and don'ts and using it and to get the best results. And you guys, don't forget, do not pay full price for this. Don't forget to use my code. You guys can go to Kinsey.com. That's spelled KENZZI.com. I'll have it in the description box down below. I'll put it on the screen here so you guys can see the code. But I love it. I think it's super easy. If you're wanting to do laser hair removal, but you're not interested in going to 12 appointments, you're not interested in paying thousands of dollars, and that's just not doable, this is the option. But because it's in your own hands, you have to be accountable and be consistent with it. And I do highly recommend it. It works. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys and answered all your questions. Since my first video, which I will link down below, I have gotten so many questions. Can you do a follow-up? Can you tell us more? This is where we're at. I'm really happy with my results. I'm happy with barely dealing with leg hair, and just doing a little maintenance here and there is no big deal. Thank you guys. I love you. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.